Audio, video, full screen. Howdy, howdy, hi, everybody. Again, S77 here with the next ship in the line. No, it's not the Grover. It is the Odin. This ship has been out for just a little while, maybe a couple months. It was one of the ships that you could get at the dockyard. And quite frankly, I was pretty excited about at least trying to get a ship from the dockyard. And I was a little underwhelmed when I finally did get to play this thing. I'm not going to get into all the stats and the numbers on it. Rather, I'm going to tell you the play style of this ship. If you got the right play style, or if you have a different play style but want to be pushed out of your comfort zone, this might be the way to go. The Odin is a Tier 8 battleship, but she's got some interesting quirks about her. Her armor is really good. Citadel's a little high on the water, though. Her bow is incredibly well armored, so she can be pretty effective when you're bow on against deflecting shells. Now let's take a look at how I set her up, and then I'll get more into how she behaves. In the first slot, I went with Auxiliary Armaments Modification 1. And the reason I did is because she actually has decent or better auxiliaries, especially if you beef them up. You're not going to need Magazine Mod 1. This ship rarely, if ever, is going to get her magazine citadel. Main Armaments Mod 1 might be beneficial, depending on your play style. This is a ship that you don't want to push in. You don't want to push in. In the second slot, I went with Damage Control Mod 1. Engine room protection, you really don't need it in this ship unless you get torpedoed from from anybody and get hit in the propeller. I went with Aiming Systems Mod 1 because the dispersion on this ship is pretty lousy. So I decided to boost that up. The other choices you have there are really going to be a reflection of your play style. Propulsion Mod 1. The reason I went with this one is because I planned on using the ship as a ambush battleship. So it kind of depends on your play style. I mean, her guns are really kind of lousy. 305 millimeters. So you got good armor on the one hand, but lousy guns on the other hand. Do you really want to push in close? Maybe on an ambush. Let those secondaries do the job. With the last slot, I went with Concealment. I figured that might help hide me from enemy fire for a little while. Because if you push in, the enemy is going to find you, spot you, and they are going to focus fire on you. It will not be good. For captain skills, I went with Endurance. I want to know who's shooting at me so that I can get on the rudder. I went with Expert Marksman just so I could get that turret rotation up to a decent level. I went with Adrenaline Rush because I know I like to push in, and that means I'm going to get shot at a lot and get hurt. Well, I got to have Adrenaline Rush. And finally, Survivability Expert to give me a few more extra hit points. So she does come with this way cool camo. And I went with that one flag just because it's the only thing that really does anything for you outside of bragging rights. Now I'm just going to outfit her. She does have something you don't find much of. Torpedoes. For a battleship? Yep, she's got torpedoes, but they're only 6-kilometer torpedoes. So they are defense only. Now her reload time is actually pretty good. I think it's 26 seconds, so that's actually a pretty good reload. But remember, they're only 12-inch guns. Her hit point pool, terrible. Absolutely terrible. She has less hit points than just about any Tier 7 ship, and she's even got less hit points than the Tier 5 Congo. So this ship cannot handle sustained hits. She just can't. You're gonna have to play at range with this ship, and if you don't like to play at range, you will either get rid of the ship or play it just so you can get pushed out of your comfort zone. Rudder's not bad. Rudder's not bad at all. Now, her high explosive shells are terrible. They only do about 1/3 the damage of her armor piercing, so use them with smarts. And her AP, well, it's going to do good against broadside targets, but they cannot overmatch any other Tier 8 battleship, at least the bow armor. So you definitely want to go after cruisers in this ship. Other battleships are going to be annoyed with you. Really annoyed. Her AA is pretty darn good. And that's bone stock. You don't really have to beef it up. So the way to play the Odin, play her safe. Wait a minute. What was I thinking? Much better. Play it safe, folks. Do not play her as you are going to play, say, a Grober Kerr first. That being said, with 12-inch guns, you have to push in close to get damage. That makes this ship a challenge to play well. You have to stay far away because she hasn't got the hit points to take much damage, and you got to stay close if you want your guns to do any damage. Whew, this is a rough ship. You really got to play her well to her strengths, or you're going to have a rough time. It also means that with those characteristics, that you're going to have some battles where things simply do not roll your way, no matter what you try. No matter what your strategy. Yeah, well, I tried. But they went secret on me. Oh, I knew it. Okay, so I designate this guy for my secondaries. I know I got AP loaded, but I'm not going to switch. Oh, yeah. Secondaries are opening up. Okay, that is a destroyer. I have been hit by a destroyer. And look what that destroyer did to me with only its guns. Ouch. See what I mean when I tell you this ship can't take a whole lot of hits? You can also see that reload's nice. So hunting cruisers is what this thing was built for at distance. I'm going to get on my rudder. He's going to fire torps at me. Secondaries are on him. Nope. I might have hit him if I had fired, but I was too worried about the island. And he's gone anyway now. So my secondaries are automatically going after him. You can see why the secondaries are so damn helpful. Alright. So our team is whittling down the enemy. And I am playing safe. I'm holding back a bit. Oh, there we go. That was the AP. Yep, I went after a cruiser. That's why. If that were a battleship, I would not have citadeled him. Not with these guns. So let me move forward a bit. And a bit more. Oh, another 3 seconds I'd have had him. Alright. So if I recall, there was somebody coming down the 9 line, an enemy. Let me go ahead a bit in the video. Yep, there he is. I think that's a New York. And it's a battleship. I'm in trouble. Maybe I can take out some of his guns. Really? 3,300? That's all I did? Well, our friendly cruiser here is doing the smart thing. He's hiding behind an island. Alright, I'm gonna get another shot off here. Oh wow, he bounced a few. That was not enough damage. So I'm kind of opening myself up to trouble here. Not as bad as I expected. It's either a New York or a New Mexico. So far, I've been fairly lucky. You play it safe, nobody focuses on you. Finish him. Yes!
Enemy battleship foundered.
So you can see you really got to play this ship safe. That little destroyer messed me up for more hit points than he should have. That was a New Mexico that I sank. Okay. Those New Mexicos are built tough. I'm not going to go through all of these. You can pause the video, look them over. You can see even playing mildly, you still make decent silver. Well, I did get a container. That's nice. Well, folks, that is the Odin. As you can see, it's a good-looking ship, but performance-wise, it's definitely underwhelming. Thanks for watching. Y'all stay safe. Have fun.